forward a little bit. Come forward. Oh, there it's real bright. Go back.
I control the light.
Go back.
Go
back. There it's dark. Awesome.
I control the light with my body movement. All right, we're live.
We are live. For whatever reason.
All right.
But just to explain the lightning storm that Randy is in the entire time we're going to be doing this, we had to show at least a little bit of what's going on with this camera.
Open my shade. All right, so anyway, we're doing Monmouth Park. I'll open my shade in a minute to see this thing. I hope anybody with epilepsy, please don't look at me on the screen because it could be trouble. But yeah, this is because I'm in the middle of a move. Yeah. So I moved out of LA. I'm in Huntington Beach now. So
which is still LA. Which is still LA.
No, it's not.
It's LA. It's LA.
It's the OC, baby. Dude, no. Don't tell people here that it's LA.
I'm saying for the listeners on the East Coast who have never traveled out to the West Coast, he's still basically in LA. Like he didn't really move. He moved like 30 minutes south.
2 hours to get here yesterday.
30 minutes.
2 hours.
Well, for a reference point for our people, and the people in the Midwest, that 30-minute drive that you take is about the same distance as the 2-hour drive that Randy took to get to his new place.
46 miles, 2 minutes. 2 hours. Yeah. Sorry. All right, let's go with it. We're doing Monmouth Park. Late pick 4 at Monmouth. We were supposed to have the CEO on today, Dylan. We kind of got mixed up with everything, probably because of the move, and we were unavailable for the last couple of days. But anyway, we'll have him on next week, hopefully. So let's get into it, AJ. It's us, the Triple Clowns with Degen Nation, and we're doing late pick 4 at Monmouth Park Saturday, July 4th. So if you're bored, welcome. AJ's running the show, so put up your comments if you're out there.
Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking at this whole thing, and we'll see how this goes. Sarah should be doing this with me. Yeah. But I did pick the background. I did pick the background. It looks pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, I see that.
I did that. I did that.
Good work. So let's write that down.
I thought it was a good picture for what we're doing. Oh, I can see how many viewers are here. That's fun. Should we do picks or?
Yeah, let's see.
I guess that's why we're here. We're doing Monmouth Park. Who knows why?
Well, because Degen's doing a thing. So everybody out there, if you go to Monmouth Park, Degen's doing an event out there for Saturday. So it's a lot of fun, I'm sure. So they're out there. So that's why we're doing Monmouth.
Because otherwise, I would never willingly do Monmouth Park.
This is true. Yeah, so we'll have some fun doing it. We'll probably hit it because of that. All right, So let's get into it. We're going to start on race 7.
Do you want me to do this because your audio sounds terrible?
Does it really? Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, you're just cutting it out. I'll talk more because should be my role anyway. All right, we'll start with race 7 at Monmouth Park, a 30K starter allowance race going 1 mile for 3-year-olds and up. We are on the dirt, and I would like to remind everyone the forecast for tomorrow in New Jersey looks absolutely terrible. So keep that in mind as we're going through this. So, Randy, do you want me to start or do you want to go?
I'll go. Fine.
All right, go for it.
All right. I think you said it best, and obviously, it's going to be. I think it's going to be an off track here. They're going to be off turf. I think this is going to be muddy tracks. I took that a little bit into consideration. I did kind of two sets of a little bit. So we'll just start off like it's a beautiful sunny day in New Jersey. Hopefully, you're having fun hanging out 4th of July weekend, and we'll go through it like that. All right. So the first one, I do like the 8 a lot in this race, and that's Exchequer. Exchequer, I believe. Obviously, this horse likes the mud. I'm going to say that a lot.
What did you pronounce that as?
Exchequer.
Exchequer. Okay, I feel like that's closer than I would have came.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Exchequer, and that's not.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to go there. You're a very woke person. so I didn't
Yeah.
want. What'd you get? Jack in the Box? Is that what that cup is?
It's actually just 2 cups I put coffee in because
Oh,
I
that
have
looks like the Jack in the Box cup.
It is. It is.
Oh
It's
yeah.
actually
Okay.
exactly.
Oh okay.
Um, yeah. So I'm gonna go with H. Jaker. Likes the mud. I think this horse is hitting its stride. I think you could play this horse either way. I like the 8 here at 7-2. The number 2 also my point exactly. I just think this horse is a consistent worker. The trainer has a big number for a claim to allowance. Seems like this guy, this is his angle all the time. To run a claim, go to an allowance. Does a pretty good job at it. So I'm going to go with that route. So I like the 2. And I also going to play, and that's my point exactly. I'm also going to play the 4 Knight's Key. I mean, you have Paco and Hollendorfer, who is killing the routes right now. And also has consistent numbers. So I'm going to go 3 deep here. So I'm going to go 2, 4, 8 for me on this race.
2, 4, 8. If anybody's out there watching, let me know if the little banner is coming across the bottom. 'Cause I don't know how to make that work. And is it or no?
No.
Shit. We need Sarah in here. I was gonna do it like where we had the picks go across the bottom the whole time, but I can't make it work, so whatever. All right, so my turn. You went 2, 4, 8. I did. I had the 4. I went with the 4. I do like the horse coming in from Oaklawn. I feel like when you go to other tracks and you pick an Oaklawn horse, you can never really go wrong. Like they always seem to have, like whether it's New York or New Jersey or Churchill. The Oaklawn horses always seem really strong, and this one ran really well there on the dirt. Its last 2 times out, lost Exalting, which is running really well at the moment as well. So coming in from that starter allowance to this one gets Shoes Boy Paco Lopez on board. I'm sure he's going to include this horse in his tickets. Why don't we have Shoe on, of all people, to do Monmouth Park? We're doing like the Monmouth picks. You'd think we'd have Shoe on. He's like the Monmouth guy. Yeah. So yeah, I have the 4 as well, but I'm gonna go with the 3 Pointer. I'm gonna go some higher odds here on the other end. Strictly because I do know this track is probably going to be crappy. When I looked at its last race at the end of last year, ran a pretty good effort at 6. Looks like maybe can go longer. We'll see on the turf. I mean, it has before and ran decent numbers. So, but I see a horse that's coming off 2 big allowance races, drops down a little bit, 10-1. Looks like it should be up there. Around the turn, should be very forwardly placed. So as long as it's up there, like I think it will be, and time form tells me it's going to be, I like its chances here too. Another one taking a big drop in class is the 10. Acor? Acor. Yeah, sounds right. Ran a pretty good number and a pretty good time at Monmouth on a sloppy track at this distance. We're about to run in a 50K allowance race. Now drops down to the starter allowance level. 6-year-old, but I mean, it's won 2 times ago or two trips ago in a claimer, comes back in an allowance race, runs really well, and now it's kind of in the middle of those 2 classes in the starter allowance level. I think this is a really strong contender for 8-1. To be honest, I thought, when you look at some of the other horses in this, I value that. Like when we talked about before, make your own morning lines. This horse to me is a lot lower than 8-1. So I'm going to throw that horse in there as well. So I'm going 3, 4, 10 in this first one.
All right. Yeah, and just a note, if if this is main track only, um, I'm probably going to, not because of this race in particular, but the other races coming up. I have a couple singles on the main. So I'll probably go deep. And I do like, I look at cards at 3 because people out there don't know. We are going at a rate of at Monmouth, it's like 35% on things less than a mile, but the routes are pretty strong too for early speed. I think that's a lot to do with the whip rule. Quite honestly, hard to come from behind when you're not getting whipped. So remember that. So I did think about that'll definitely be a play I have. I know the 3 and the 10, and probably I think I'll throw in the 7 as well. I'll almost go all with main track only. But yeah, keep that in mind. Monmouth is a front running track anyway, always has been a fast track, tight turns, early speeds, always won. It's winning more now because of I believe that's simply obviously because of the whip roll. So yeah, that 3 is a good worth a really good look there. I agree with that. So all right, so you have 3, 4, 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the second leg of this pick 4, race number 8 in your programs, is a 45K allowance or 45K maiden special weight, for 3-year-olds and up. We are going a mile and 16th on the turf as of Friday. That could very well change come tomorrow. But yeah, 45K maiden special weight, 3-year-olds and up, race number 8. Randy, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, this is another one, obviously, that I think will probably be off the turf. So I kind of looked at it that way, and I try to look like it's going to be on the turf. And right away, I'm not, I don't like firsters near the rail in general. So that kind of screws the 1 and the 2 for me here. But I do like the 7 a lot, and that's Spring Channel. And I think this horse with Fletcher will hopefully go either way. I do like this horse a lot. I think. Well, I don't like him a lot. I mean, he's a firster, but I like his numbers. I like Fletcher coming over with the firsters because he's very good with maiden firsters that are 3 years old. Not a great 2-year-old guy with Fletcher. He usually has stud there, but I like him with his 3-year-old maiden firsters. Going here to Monmouth. I'll go with the 7, a first-time starter. Also the 9. I think this 9 could be near the lead. Paco and I'm obviously Fletcher again. Ran a pretty good race last time out. The best distance isn't a bad horse. Came back and ran okay, but it was off the turf. I don't know if this 9 will be in it. If it's off, I'm not sure. We'll see. So I'm just going 7-9 if it stays on the and main track only, I'm going to go 7 with the 11-12. The 12 definitely ran against much better horses before. And I'm going to go 7-11-12 if off the turf there. But I like 7-9 if it's on the turf.
All right. And all right. So for everyone out there, I did figure out the ticker. And this is going very terribly on my end as I tried to do this. But I did get the ticker up there. I'm going to post our picks there as well. And so, Randy, tell me one more time who you had in race 8.
7-9.
7-9.
5-1 and 3-1.
I'm not going to put that in there because I'm having a hard enough time doing this as is. Bam. All right. Now I'm getting good at this now. Like, it's crazy. I'm a StreamYard fucking pro. All right. So, yes. Now it's my turn. No. I went 3 deep here as well. You went 7-9. I do have the 7. There's not a whole lot to love here for me in this race, but I see a 5-1 Pletcher first-time starter, 3-year-old, like you said. I like that. Was training really well before it moved over to Belmont. Trained at Saratoga, and then comes to Monmouth. It's a weird. This horse has been in training for a long time and has trained everywhere up in the Northeast. And now it comes to Monmouth. Pletcher must like something, or he just says, screw it, it's time to go. So 5-1 Pletcher, first time starter. I'll go with that. I'll take a shot there. Again,
Yeah,
there's not a whole lot I really care for in this race. So, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, a lot of times, and I'm learning with dealing with some of our horses, a lot of times he has, Saratoga's maiden is really, really a tough crowd.
Right.
Let's just say that. And I mean, a $45,000 maiden at Monmouth Park compared to probably a $90,000 same caliber horses at Saratoga, which is a weird track in general, Saratoga, to run on. It's not a knock on the horse, but it's just, let's go to Monmouth and get a win. So, there is something with that, that Saratoga could just be too deep for any of these horses as maidens. So that's probably what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially too. Again, he's had this horse for a long time. You got to pull the trigger eventually. It seems like a good spot for him to come out with a winner with a maiden. I'm going to include the 3 here as well, who ran this distance at this level last time out. This is a 4-year-old. The horse ran pretty well. Was off the pace. Gets a little bit of a mix up now. Keeps. Oh wait. Oh, I read that wrong. No, but looking at its last couple efforts, you see a 59, a 75, and then a 90 for its time form. Now it's run well before, but that was at Belmont and Saratoga. Comes back this year after being gelded. 75 time form rating. Comes to Monmouth, runs a 90, and runs really well. So this horse has been improving steadily at a pretty good pace since it's been gelded. Ran really well with this trainer the last time out, and now comes into this one. He's 8-1, 4-year-old. I think this horse is going to put up a big effort come tomorrow. And then I'm going to go a shorter price here with that 6. I had to talk myself into this horse, and I would be totally happy actually going 7-3 here and calling it a day. But this race seems a little, I don't know, wet. I don't know. It's Monmouth. I don't know what I'm looking at really. I don't particularly care for this card to be honest. And then I look at this race, and I look at there's so much going on here. You can make a case for a bunch of people. I'm going to go with the 6 coming over from Pimlico. Another 3-year-old, a 200K horse who ran really well on the turf back at Gulfstream in its only turf effort. This course might like the turf more than it does the dirt, and coming back to the turf now, hopefully. If not, if we get main track and it goes back to the dirt, looks like it can run fairly well on the dirt, so I can keep it on the ticket. I might get a higher price there if we go main track only, but I don't know. It seems to have a little versatility. Likes the turf. If it stays on the turf, I'm going to keep with it. If it goes off track, it might be scratched, but I'll throw the 6 in there as well. So I'm going to go 3, 6, 7.
All right, 3, 6, 7. Okay. Both 7 there, 5-1, both on the 5-1 shot. Not bad. All right, let's move on.
Let me put that in the ticker real fast because I'm really good at this now. Bam. That's going up there. All right. Third leg of this pick 4 sequence, race number 9, a 75K stakes race for 3-year-olds and older. We are on the dirt, and we are going 6 furlongs. We have a 7-horse field. Randy, what do you think?
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the 4 here. Honey, I'm good. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 4.
I was just in the wrong race. But Honey, I'm good.
So you were on the wrong race and you just came with that from memory, or?
I wrote it down. And I think at the wrong race. I'm like, where's the horse?
Gotcha.
I'm going with Honey, I'm good. I think this horse could definitely steal the race. He needs winning at that huge clip we talked about. 6 furlongs is perfect for it. I think it's 35% as of a couple weeks ago. That's crazy. This horse has a lot of speed. I'm going to go beating the big favorite, Baroness. Once again, Baroness is coming off of, coming from Belmont Churchill. Once again, coming from behind without a whip could be trouble. And I just don't even know if this horse will be so far behind the 4 around the first turn. It's going to be tough to catch the 4. I mean, is the 4 closing coming down the stretch at 6 furlongs? No, but I think this 4 might be just loose. So I really, really like the 4 here in race 10 a lot. So I'm going to go with Honey, I'm Good. And who else do I like here? Yeah, that's it. I'm going to single 4 here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I am not opposed to that. I'm going too deep, but the 4 is one of mine for all the reasons you just said. I'm not a big believer. I know Churchill Belmont. You come to Monmouth, it seems like you're, I don't know, slumming it a little bit. No offense to Monmouth Park. That's not what I meant by that. But when you're coming from those tracks, you typically, you take a good hard look at those horses when they come over from those tier 1 tracks, I guess, as you've said before. I'm not a believer in it at all, especially at 3-2. I'm not going to include this horse at all. I am going to throw your 4 in there for, again, all the reasons you said. And then I'm going to throw a little bit of the old guard in there with that 6-year-old, the number 3, Bronx Beauty. This horse has been under the radar everywhere it's been, it seems like, for a long time. It's always around. Has ran here at Monmouth and not that long ago, May 30th, in a stakes race, 75K. And I think that horse needed longer than 5 furlongs, but it doesn't matter because tomorrow is probably going to be a sloppy track, a muddy track. It's only ran at Monmouth so far. Well, not so far, but recently on a muddy track at Monmouth and ran a really good effort. So coming back now, after the long layoff, second time at Monmouth, well, back at Monmouth, sloppy track, gets another sloppy track probably tomorrow. And, man, 4-1, I'd throw that horse in before I would the 7. So I'm going to go 3-4 in this one.
4. All right. All right, 3-4. All right, yeah. Nobody high on the 7, Baroness. We'll see.
And of course that will 100% be the horse that wins.
Oh,
now that we've thrown it out,
3-2 shot.
Yeah. We've thrown out the 3-2 favorite.
Talking about great we went.
This is going well. All right. Well, if that horse loses, we look good, even if we don't win.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So let's wrap up this pick 4 in race number 10. As of right now, we are on the turf at 5.5 furlongs. We have a 3-year-old and older $20,000 claimer. We've got a couple main track only entries in this one as well, and an also eligible. We'll see if they make it into this race. But as of right now, Randy, we have a 9-horse field. Who do you have?
All right. If it goes on the turf, this is a big difference for me because I have a single if it doesn't. I'm going to go with the 5, Tauber. I think this 5 could be on the lead here. I think most likely will be on the lead here. And if it does get the lead, I think this horse is going to be hard to catch. Got stretched out last time. I like it. And it's going to come back. I mean, this horse can obviously run 5.5. And I think this horse might be on the lead. I think it might get hustled out to the lead. So I do think this horse will be tough at 5-1, especially. I do like the 5 Talbot. I'm also going to go with the 9, where Dubai Bobby, because I believe that this horse is, the trainer, he's great off the claim, and he could get a definite stalker's trip here. If he sits around 3rd or 4th, this horse could, I think, sit pretty, let a couple horses battle. This horse isn't big into passing many horses, but I think if they're pairing up front, he could be around. And I'm also going to go with the 1 here. I think the 1's problem is I went back and forth with even taking this 1. I just think being on the rail here at 5.5 needs to be hustled out. I think if this horse does get hustled out, could be very tough to beat a 5-year-old gelding, Takafumi. And so I'm going to go with 5-9-1. That's if it's on turf. Now, if it's off turf, I'm straight up single in the 11 all day long, as seen on TV. We'll get out to the lead. This horse can fly to the turn, and no one's going to catch this horse in the mud. So I'm going to single the 11 if it's off turf. If not, I'm going with 1-5-9 to end it.
All right. Yeah. Interesting enough, we have one horse in every race that we agreed on, and mine's also going to be that 5, for the reasons you said. So right now, if anyone out there is listening, or if you watch this after the fact, and you're like, well, all these picks sucked, but they did agree on one horse in each race. You could play a 4 with the 7, with the 4, with the 5. Randy and AJ single special.
50 cents. 50 cents.
Yeah, 50 cents, guys. The only horses we agreed on this entire time. Yeah, again, I had the 5 as well. I included, and I will take this horse dirt or turf. This horse has ran well enough on a sloppy dirt track as well, and that's the 2. No, nay, maybe. No, nay, baby. Maybe. No, nay, maybe. It's a weird name. But a Breen horse, I like this horse coming into this one. 5.5, ran really well at 5 last time. 5.5, that horse probably wins at this level here at Monmouth on the turf. Ran a really good effort before that, back at Gulfstream. And then looking back to the end of last year in August, about a year ago, I guess, on a sloppy track in Monmouth that was a turf race, was on the dirt, came back and ran the best number of its career. So if we do get switched over to the dirt, I will keep this horse on my ticket. And then the other one is going to be a big old bomb. Another old guard, the 4, Gone Astray Kiss. This horse I'm expecting it to be off turf. And the reason being is back in May on a sloppy track, this horse damn near won a $62K allowance race here. Now you drop it down to a $20K claimer. And then looking back at the allowance race, it lost by 11 lengths. It stumbled off the start. Didn't have a great start. This horse gets a good start, 30-1. Oh, give me it all day, baby. I know it's only ever won 2 races in 63 starts, but these kind of off-track or off-turf races like this is exactly what I think this horse needs. Give me that 30-1 shot all day long. So I will. I'm going 5-4. That may change depending on. If we were to go off turf, I'd still include my 2-4, and then I'd throw your as seen on TV in there as well.
Okay. All right. No, that's good. Yeah, I'm wondering if I don't think the 2 is going to run if it's off. There. Because I think if you look at the claim, it's like they claimed them and they this is an Irish bred. I think they claimed for like $6,200. That's a good question. I'll answer that.
I just now realized I haven't been looking at the comments this whole time. Good news is it's only really Tom and Guillermo talking to us. So what's up, Tom? What's up, Guillermo? My bad. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if this Irish bred, they're just like, all right, we're just going to stick on the turf. And just because, and the only reason a lot of these horses scratch, it's not because they're like, oh, they don't run on dirt. They could run a turf race next weekend. You know what I mean? So, know, so a lot of times I am wondering if that horse, I did go back and forth with that horse. And one of the reasons why I was, which I shouldn't do if I'm just giving out pictures of the turf. I do like the horse on the turf, but I was just like, would this be a horse that's running? Even though I threw out all my horses anyway, if it's off turf, so it didn't matter.
Well, the last time you ran a race at Monmouth and it went off turf, they ran it. So I'm gonna go with maybe.
Definite maybe, but I'm wondering. I'm curious. So you're just like, okay, this is a turf horse, and it matters. The condition book and everything like that matters. Like if there's not a race for him next week, exactly. So no, I'm just that's just a curious point.
Let's bring up Guillermo's question real fast.
You know what? Like I always say, I'm not this huge Mystic Guide fan. I don't know why. Happy Saver's been off for a while. That's kind of scary. I think it's a definite coin flip, but I think Happy Saver can, really, really take the lead here. But Mystic Guide's hard to argue with. I'll go Happy Saver just because I want to see another horse get in the mix here with Charlatan going down and everything like that. Retiring, not going down. You know what? Happy Saver's just been a stud, but just can't stay on the track right now. So we'll see. I'll go with Happy Saver. Well, I'll go with Mystic Guide just because Happy Saver needs to turn the screws a little bit. Doesn't mean in 3 months from now I'd go with Mystic Guide. But
Happy Saver's only been off for a month. I mean, he had the big layoff. It came back and has ran once. It ran that in that allowance and didn't exactly have a great trip. It was only a mile. It was only a mile, so you are looking at a big old difference in distance.
Well, like he hasn't run against, hasn't been in those races where Mystic Guide has right now. Mystic Guide's been off a little bit, right?
About 3 months.
Yeah. So you know what?
But you're also coming over from United Emirates, so I would imagine, when you come over from there, it's not like you're going to go in 30 days. I mean, sure, it's happened, but why would you want to after a long trip like that? There is one thing about this race I will say. I'm not playing the 10-1 shot max player. That's all I know about this race as of right now. I'm making my decisions probably tomorrow, but I'm not playing max player because fuck that horse.
Yeah, I mean, Happy Saver did beat. I mean, this is a rematch. Maybe this is the Monomoy girls Swiss skydiver thing.
And then prioritize wins.
Yeah. He has this. I mean, can a horse have another horse's number? Like, really? I mean, is that real?
They get into the gate. That horse sees the other horse and is like, there's one thing I'm doing today. I'm going to run faster than you.
Yeah.
I would imagine there's a little bit of like an alpha thing there too, where it's like you see the other horse, like you want to be in front of that horse because, I mean, it's like basic instinct, animal instinct. I just want to be in front of that. You would think, like, I know they're herd animals, but you would imagine, I mean, there's going to have to be one that takes the lead. You know what I mean?
And stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so it's like, yeah. I would think.
You think there's horses that like hate each other? Like they get angry at each other?
Like what if they're like,
I hate that Mystic Guide. That horse is a pompous prick.
Well, he probably doesn't know its name. He probably doesn't know its name, but it would recognize it. And there's like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Probably smell too, right? Like dogs, like they probably smell each other or whatever, right? They're animals. Yeah, I mean,
it brings me joy to think that a horse gets in the gate sees the other horses that are in the gate with it, and recognizes one and just says, you know what, fuck you. Like, you're gonna be looking at my ass this whole time.
Well, I mean, it's you know, I mean, you got Fletcher with Super Saver, right? He's with Super Saver. 5 for 5.
Happy Saver.
I mean, Happy Saver, Super Saver. Yeah, sorry, Happy Saver. You know, he's got to be the favorite, right? 5 for 5. You're home.
He Mystic Guides 1-1. Happy Saver is 6-5.
Well, I think he should go. I mean, you think he's going to go off? I mean, what's he done wrong? I mean, and it's his home. It's home field.
You would, yeah. You would think that, obviously, because we've talked about this before. David Aragona has no idea what he's doing. He's just a terrible morning lines maker. Shout out, David. No, but you would think, and I get why he made the morning line. I mean, he had a horse 2 for 2, who won overseas at Oaklawn this year so far. I mean, Mr. Guide really hasn't done anything wrong this year. But when you look at the head-to-head, who do people take? I mean, you weigh that more, I think, than you do other things. Like, this horse has already beaten this horse. Why would I go with this other horse? I don't think you're wrong. I think you might be right. Happy Saver might go off the favorite. Probably should.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Max Fields skipped the Stephen Foster to go into this race, which is kind of crazy to me.
Max Player, you mean?
Max Player, right? Couldn't he have gone into Stephen Foster?
Oh, I don't even know if he was eligible for that one. I mean, he's not going to win either.
Run against Maxfield.
What were you going to do? Run against Maxfield or run against Mystic Guide and Happy Saver? I mean, you lose both of those. You lose both of those.
Yeah, but you could come in second in one.
Well, you know, you
Second's better than third.
I don't know what the money is for this one, but maybe a third place finish gets you close enough, and then you said, screw it, I'll just stay closer to home.
Yeah. I mean,
if Max Player wins, I'll retire.
Yeah, well,
what a joke of a horse, that thing. I can't believe I ever included that horse in a pick 6 sequence.
Was that? Yeah, we both had,
and
right?
singled him. Singled him.
It was paying a lot too. It was paying a lot. I remember I had it too. Yeah.
Yeah, we both singled him for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
We both looked like idiots.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody else can make noise in that race, really. I mean, informative, that big upset last time, right?
Yeah, we'll beat New York Traffic. New York Traffic came back and looked really well in a couple races ago. Yeah. Back in May. Came back in an allowance race. Looked really good too. And then, yeah, informative. 79-1.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the horse is speaking. All right, so that's our I guess that's the show for the day. I got to go on back and get Sarah's stuff all out of here because I think she collects gadgets or something because we have so much stuff.
What happened?
I think Sarah collects gadgets or something.
Gadgets.
Like we have, yeah, you know, like I don't know how we have like 80 boxes from a 1-bedroom apartment. It makes no sense. But.
Also, ask Sarah how it feels to be in last place in the Tour de Force.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how many people actually just went up after the chalk and made $40. I just saw
a lot. Good enough to tie me for 6th place.
Yeah, well, you better hit something that's not 1 to 9.
Well, the next one is a race we just talked about. So,
yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, the next race is the Suburban, so maybe I'll just single Happy Saver. Or better yet, I'll single Informative. And
Just put a show on a horse every week and see if you win.
I mean, well, Informative, I would have to imagine, like we talked about, it's got to take a little money. Look what it's done in the last two outings.
I think the first two will be so heavy you won't see another horse over 8-1.
Another horse won't be under 8-1.
Yeah, under. It'll all be over. Yeah. I think.
I liked how you referenced the Swiss Skydiver Monomoy Girl in this one, because it does feel like maybe that might be.
Good. I mean, it has to happen again.
Because you've got two like super heavy, let's take all the money favorites in this one, and it's like, well, there's another horse that might not be too bad.
Yeah. If, like, say Mystic Guide is the Swiss Skydiver, the Monomoy Girl, and you can, runs fourth, you might be able to hit a nice try. I mean, it'll be okay.
Mystic Guide might not be the same coming back from overseas. I know it's been 3 months, but
yeah, and I mean, let's face it, that overseas race, I don't think was a great race.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked how those horses came out or whatever, but it wasn't that impressive, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure it's more impressive probably than what Super Saber did, especially shipping over.
And two, with Mystic Guide's like key win before going overseas was really kind of at the Jim Dandy, which is Saratoga, which you don't really believe in a whole lot. So you win there.
Yeah.
I mean, what has Mystic Guide really done then? If you beat a weak field overseas, as other key win has been, he won at Oakland, that was pretty good, but it's other one that in Saratoga. So what have you?
Yeah, that's why I'm not a huge Mystic Guide guy, I guess. I don't know why. Like I said, it's just one horse that I'm just like, is this horse that good? Yeah, no, I agree, Guillermo. Is it really
the Bears never beat the Packers. That's still a rivalry.
Yeah, well, it's an odds rivalry, that's for sure. It's the betting public's rivalry because they share money. I would say that's the thing, but it is kind of true. I mean, there's two boxers. I forget, wasn't it Pacquiao and somebody that fought like 4 times and Pacquiao beat him like every time? Then he got knocked out like the 5th time when he loaded his gloves or was on steroids or whatever. The other guy, and they were always a rivalry. They fought like 4 times and Pacquiao beat him.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And he got popped for steroids.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't remember. And instead of sitting here looking like an asshole trying to remember, I'll just look it up. Well, you can keep talking while I look it up because I don't.
Yeah. Anyway,
it might be a minute.
Oh, somebody will probably tell us. Hopefully, somebody tell us in the comments. But I gotta go.
Timothy Bradley.
They fought.
They fought 3 times.
Oh, that's one he won. That's another one he won every one. No, Bradley won a terrible decision once. Yeah.
Yeah, for the vacant title. Pacquiao beat old Shane Mosley.
No,
I forget. Like Pacquiao had like a career outside of like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he was a Mexican fighter. I forgot Morales.
Manuel. Yeah, Juan Manuel.
Was it?
Yeah. Juan Manuel Marquez?
Yes, Marquez. Yeah, that's it. Fought him like 5 times.
Pacquiao beat him like 3 times, and then he KO'd him.
Yeah, and he popped for something.
They don't put that in the notes on Wikipedia.
So did you hear what happened to my horse this weekend?
What horse?
Vertical Threat.
Vertical Threat, no.
Vertical Threat was going up to the Pleasanton to run because he needed a race before the Bing Crosby, right?
Right.
The vet came in and gave Vertical Threat somebody else's medicine.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear to God.
What was it?
IRAP. So he couldn't run for 5 days, and because he would have been in his system, but he can't even run. He came and train tomorrow. But now he's just got to premiere at the Bing. Now he's got to go straight to the Bing Crosby with no race.
Awesome.
You believe that vet's got to get fired, right?
Well, because the trainer hires the vets, right?
Yeah, they certain vets for certain barns. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, Waltus was not happy.
I would imagine.
Well, that's a $75,000 race that he should have just walked through. Like, that's a lot of money.
Right. Oh yeah, you got. I mean,
help me out because I'd be in Pleasanton right now. I had to go. I would be flying right now to Pleasanton.
Where is Pleasanton?
San Jose.
Oh yeah, no one wants to go there. That's probably good for you.
Go to San Francisco, awesome.
Yeah. Why would you want to go? Who wants to go to San Jose?
Yeah.
Sharks aren't anymore.
It's in Pleasanton, but yeah.
Still. Yeah. Oh yeah, Guillermo. I didn't even see the comment. This is how bad I am at this. He knew the whole time.
Thank you, Gary.
I had to look it up.
He's like, guys, look at the screen while you're looking at
the screen. Sorry, Guillermo. Hopefully Sarah will be back doing this sometime soon, so I don't have to do this crap anymore.
All right, exciting weekend coming up. Once we get our studio set up, we'll be doing some more stuff out there. So hit that like, subscribe button. We're at the Triple Clowns. We're going to be putting out a lot of stuff coming up with Degen Nation. And join them tomorrow. Go there. I think there's tickets available to go and go hang out. I know they're doing a bunch of giveaways and everything like that. Go hang out with the guys and gals from Degen Nation. Obviously, we won't be there because I'm out on the West Coast and you're in the Midwest. So,
yeah. But play our 50 Cent single race.
Yeah,
I might play. I might play.
Well, you'll have it anyway on your ticket. You don't have to play it twice.
Wow, fair point.
Anyway, you'll get it twice that way. That's $1. All right. So anyway, why don't you well, no, don't worry about it. They got our picks already. Yeah. I mean, so all right for everybody. Triple Clowns.
They got our picks, and I was putting them on the ticker the whole time.
Sweet.